It's Dawson here with Min and Dean as always. Gentlemen, how are you today?
Good, man.
Doing well.
Awesome. We just had Andy, one of Min's old coworkers.
That's right.
On, and he had some pretty, all over the board, but it was really interesting. I took a couple things away from it.
Yeah, and he was able to sneak in another poop story, so that's always good to hear.
That's right. You can't go an episode without poop talk.
No, we're the Poop Podcast.
Password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Son of a bitch. It's the same password as my luggage.
Dude, I got this weird Bitcoin scam email. Maybe we could talk about that too.
Yeah.
At my job, this one time, sometimes people would call and be like, I forgot my password, and we could just look it up for them. We can't do that anymore. But one time we looked it up, this guy's was puss for me.
Oh,
puss number 4 me.
Yeah.
Sick.
Good for him. That
guy crushes.
Like, how could you forget that one, dude?
Yeah. Like, dude, when do you want to hang out? Welcome to the Quality Under Pressure podcast, a podcast that reminds you that a conversation is still a beautiful thing. My name is Min. I'm joined by my homies.
Hi.
Don and Dean, how y'all
Hello.
doing?
What up?
Well.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, dude. I think since Halloween, I've gained maybe 6 pounds. Just like candies around. I'm always snacking, and Thanksgiving didn't help.
Never does. It's always, there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And it just gets annoying.
Yeah.
But we had a little fitness competition.
Dude, that was so sweet.
That was awesome. Like, we both have Apple Watches.
Yeah.
And we figured out we can enable a competition. And I only lost by like 100 points.
Okay, guys.
Which, I mean,
Quantify a point for me.
I don't really know. I don't know how it gauges it, but it's based on like calories,
like movement and
heart rate,
yeah.
how fast your heart rate.
Just for quantification, how many points could you possibly earn in like a day?
600 points.
That's the max.
That was the max.
So
per
you
day.
really did lose by a pretty slim margin.
Yeah, so I mean, like, and I have a 3-year-old, and I don't work out ever.
Wait, I didn't.
But Min, it doesn't have any responsibilities besides going to work out.
Right? Oh, sorry.
So, I mean, hey, I think chalk one up for the fat kid.
Having kids makes you fat.
Let's get into this. I'll defend myself here, but I want to make sure we introduce our guest. I'm excited to have Andy in the studio today.
Hello.
How are you, man?
Breathing. I'm doing good.
Yeah, I like that, and just some good standards, humble standards. I'm breathing.
Yep.
I'm living.
As far as I'm aware, I'm still a living creature.
Smartwatches. Dawson and I had this week-long fitness challenge, and I won.
Yeah, barely.
But you can have a maximum of 600 points?
Yeah, so that was kind of weird because I don't know what happens if we both max it out at 600 points a day.
For 7 days.
For
we
7
would just
days.
tie?
I don't know. I think it might go into you worked harder. So, but we're also in that everyone gets a gold medal. So I don't know. I don't know if I can look it up.
Did you get an Apple participation trophy?
Exactly.
We do get awards. It's like, you outran men. Congratulations.
What if one of you just sleeps less? I mean,
If we both had 600 points for 7 days, does Tim Cook come visit us?
Maybe. Maybe.
But
Yeah.
it was fun. It was surprising how like motivating it was. Like I usually work out like 4 days a week anyways. I think I did 5 that week.
I don't work out any days of the week. And I was like, damn it. Why'd I think it'd be funny to challenge me into a competition? So I actually worked out 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, you did.
I know. I was like, I had to. I took my dog for twice as many walks.
And you would
And
do
it's
this.
ice cold outside.
Yeah.
your poor dog's like, quit it.
Yeah. Why me?
I want to rest.
And it was just like you were really good about. I do mine in bulk, but
Yeah.
it seemed like you did yours in chunks. And so like it would be like you would get home from work and you would take your dog on a walk, and then like 2 hours later it would be like Dawson finished on the elliptical, and then Dawson went for another walk. I was just like, dude.
Had to.
Oh, it's no fair. You shouldn't let me know what my competition's
Yeah.
up to. It should be blind.
But it was motivating though.
It was funny because I would get a notice that Min was done with his workout. So I would send him they have like canned responses on your watch. It's like, you really showed that elliptical who's boss after your 6-minute workout. I'm like, that's going to be cakewalk against this guy.
Yeah, at first I didn't know they had the canned responses. I was like, why is Dawson talking like this right now?
He's so encouraging, but backhanded compliments the whole time.
Yeah.
Someone stole his watch.
Yeah, exactly. So then when you finished your workout, then I saw the canned responses. I was like, oh. And I think I just sent you the middle finger emoji.
It also tells you like what workout you did.
Yeah.
So like if you walked or ran. I did an other exercise one time. And I was waiting for you to be like, what was that all about? Like, I just took a really quick jog.
It was just like a 45-second other exercise.
There's a lot of arm motion.
Yeah.
But your heart rate was skyrocketing. We actually called an ambulance.
And then it suddenly stopped and your breathing evened out.
It specifies right hand exercise.
It's like, wait, why was all of a sudden your oxygen levels just dropped?
Yeah, you ran 2 miles.
Yeah, it's good. I think we should do another one. It was surprising how like motivating it was.
Because I can still see your activity for this week now.
Yeah.
And you're not doing anything this week.
Yeah,
You're lazy.
No. It's like this is what I usually do at the end of the month. I take like 5 days off.
Oh.
And
so we should have done it this week.
So exactly. So I worked out on Monday, and then that was it. But then I went to a concert, like a heavy metal concert on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
And so that was like after that I needed like a day or 2 off. Anyways,
Sure.
I was so sore.
Yeah, we can't do those anymore.
No, I'm old as shit, dude.
I had this really good conversation with one of my peers.
Yeah.
And it's her and I. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, back when we were same age group, right?
Yeah.
But she went to all the same concerts as us.
Yeah.
So like, I wonder how many times we would have crossed paths
if we knew her.
if I knew who she was.
Yeah.
Right? That's crazy just to think. Looking back at that.
Yeah.
Same music we all listened to growing up.
Yeah.
So,
Also, before we get rolling, I wanted to say thank you for bringing in these fantastic beers.
Yeah, sponsored by New Belgium this time around.
Yeah.
Voodoo Rangers.
And we've never done beers. We've done mostly like stimulants, like caffeine. I think we've all done caffeine.
stimulants.
Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah. Brought to you by Molly.
And so this is cool. I'm excited to see where these beers take us. So we started this new thing 2 episodes ago where we introduce our guests with a lightning round.
Oh.
So don't think too much about it. Whatever comes to your mind. And then we might pick your brain a little bit afterwards.
DJ, hit that.
I'm going to take a pull.
Yeah.
Welcome to another adventure of lightning round questions. All right, Andy. I want you to answer these questions as quick as you can. It's the point of lightning. It's fast. It's not slow.
Put your hand on the Bible.
You ready to go?
It would mean nothing to me. I said too much.
Excellent. All right, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Perfect answer. What's your favorite food?
Italian.
Italian.
Nice.
Bang. That's cool. That's
In general.
a genre of food. Who was your high school celebrity crush?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda. Okay. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
This is weird, but hot dogs.
Hot dogs. No, is hot dog a sandwich?
It can be.
Hot dog, not a hot dog.
Shaking his head over there, disapprovingly.
I worked a bit in the butcher shop, and I'm like, still hot dogs, though. You can't get ringworm from that.
Okay. What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, this is a good one. Stranger Than Fiction.
Ooh.
Oh, the Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, the serious Will Ferrell movie.
The serious one, the only one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
Creepy.
Partly because you get to walk around naked.
That doesn't stop you today.
Also, you rolled your eyes when you said that. I was just like,
duh.
Like, no. I roll my eyes like, this is so stereotypical.
I'm a creepy dude.
It's not Dane Cook's like spaghetti fingers. It's
Have you seen Hollow Man?
Yes, and that doesn't help my case.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Kevin Bacon creeping people
He
out.
told the Superman joke, and it was not funny.
Oh man, this is good.
Blondes or brunettes?
Redheads.
Answer.
Ooh,
Good answer. Good answer.
Nice.
What is your favorite band or musician?
Ooh, this sucks. So right now, A Newfound Glory.
Okay.
The punk band?
Wow.
I was deep into the emo scene.
My dude.
Oh.
I was not expecting
I can
that.
listen to that all day.
Excellent. Are you ever afraid of public restrooms?
No. Don't care.
You said you had a poop story.
That's another matter. The restroom was barely involved.
What about cold or hot?
As a general preference, hot.
You tell me. Cold or hot?
Yeah.
Hot, because cold sucks. It's painful.
But you can warm up from that. You
Yeah,
can't.
that's true, but that's not the state we're talking about. We're talking about the state of being,
Okay.
which is cold or hot. Yeah, being hot sucks, sweating, but being cold actually hurts.
Mm.
Now, yes, you can warm up from it, add clothes. Shut up. Because sweating is better than like feeling your fingers crack when you move them.
Okay. Favorite sport?
Football.
Football. Good answer. I think that's the answer we've gotten every single time.
Every time.
Actually, you know what? Rocket League.
Rocket League, your favorite sport.
What is one place you would love to visit?
Singapore.
Singapore.
Nice.
Right? Vietnam. Vietnam is on like the second on my list, but Singapore first to check out like the cityscape and like see it all.
Yeah.
And then Vietnam for the mountains.
Yeah.
Is it because you like crazy rich Asians? Isn't that where that's at?
Haven't seen
I
it.
did like that movie.
Yeah.
Singapore is the place where you can't chew gum.
Probably.
Yeah, it's rude.
Yeah.
It's rude to chew gum in public.
Oh, but isn't it illegal? Yeah, gum is a weird thing. I think in a lot of different cultures. Like I know in Japan, if you're like at a dinner table and you like start chewing gum, like people are gonna think you're rude.
Well, why would you be doing that at dinner anyway?
What if you're done eating and you're just like,
I'm practicing for my next meal.
or like I mean, I love Korean food, but that stuff stinks, dude. And so like sometimes you need a stick of gum afterwards, and it's just like, what? People might think you're rude though.
Well, but that's Korean food. You're in Japan.
Yeah, I know, but fuck you, dude. Hot dogs. Is anybody else a hot dog person over a hamburger person here?
I mean, I like a hot dog, but I'll never take it over a hamburger.
Well, it's a law of averages in my mind. Hot dogs are all hot dogs, but hamburgers can either be a dry piece of husk that is like brown and awful, or be super good. And there's a million degrees between. A hot dog is consistently disappointing, but you kind of always know what you're getting.
So there's differences because you get like an all beef hot dog versus
turkey hot dog.
Yeah.
I now strongly believe you're in the hot dog camp because you know so much about it. You're posing as a hamburger person.
No, I mean,
Because of social stigma.
I don't want people to know. Don't out me.
there's days where you want one or the other.
You know what I had for breakfast?
Can't be strictly one.
You had a hot dog?
I had two Nathan's hot dogs.
If you had to choose between a hot dog and a brat.
Brat.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I go hot dog.
Hot dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, have you ever? This sounds worse than it is. Have you ever stuffed your own brat?
How do you do that?
Well, it's you take
get a sock.
You take you take sausage and you stuff it into a casing and you tie it off and cut it and
Right.
But hot dog? Like,
No,
okay,
brat.
I get what you're saying.
Bratwurst.
No. Okay, but okay. Sorry to bring it back to hot dogs. But I get what you're saying. Where the deviation you feel like the deviation for a hot dog is smaller than the spread for hamburgers.
right.
But you feel like the ceiling for hamburgers are a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, go get an Angus Blue and tell me your life hasn't improved.
So do you feel like where the average falls on the bell curve,
Well, so
the average is higher on a hot dog because the low of the hamburger can get so low?
Yes, and because I think fast food has ruined our standard too.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like my wife will order two. I'm gonna want to out her. She will never listen to this. She'll order like a number 9, which used to be number 2 at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Which is the 2 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I'm not confident that's beef. I'm not confident
No.
that's food.
Oh, no.
It tastes like salt and sugar and pickle.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like so the risk is not worth the value. For
Right,
you.
and also hot dogs cannot make you sick by the virtue of the process they're made with. They're the scrap waste meat that the butcher comes out with that they then process in a little bit of bleach. So my mom was a butcher for like, I don't know, 5 years. And since I was not old enough to work, I slaughtered the animals a lot.
Yeah.
And this is not coming out well.
You're a bad person.
No, later on, he turned out to be a serial killer. You guys heard that podcast, right?
Yeah.
We should have seen the coming. I ended up slaughtering the animals a lot and learning the process and helping cut the meat. And hot dogs, they're disgusting, but you're not going to get sick.
When you work at a butcher, do you have to slaughter the animals? What is the scale of this operation that your mom ran?
She didn't run it. She was just working there, and I was allowed to kind of work under the table for cash. That sounds sketch, too.
I just felt like...
Gesundheit.
I mean, the chain of meat production, I've always felt like the animal came to you dead.
No.
Before you cut up.
No, because that would be not good for the meat. So
that's right.
The farmer or whomever was raising the animal will bring it to you alive. It goes into the side of the building that terminates in a kill pen. It has room for like 6 or 7 animals.
Yeah.
And one at a time, you execute them. I don't know how deep you want to go. There's a thing called a knocker that puts like a 5 or 6 inch spear into their head.
Yeah, is that the thing?
We didn't have that.
Mofo, you didn't have that.
No, we had a 22 and a 45.
That's No Country for Old Men,
That's
right?
what I was going to ask. Yeah.
How would they be?
He didn't have a knocker.
No, what was that called?
He had a high pressure air cannon.
Oh.
That's right.
He'd let the pressure build up in a chamber behind the business end, and then he'd just suddenly release it, and that's how they cut steel. I mean, that's way harder. It'd blow your brain out the back of your head completely.
It's
Anyway,
more humane, though?
I don't know. What's it feel like to die, man?
What? I don't know, but
I guess either way, it's
the
probably
22
the same.
doesn't sound all that great.
No, that's a lousy way, but you don't use it on pigs or cows.
Okay.
You use it on sheep, and sheep are cute.
Aw.
And it's awful when you kill them.
Why do you only use it on sheep? Like, is
Their
there
heads are thinner.
skull?
Their skulls are thinner.
Okay, that's what I was gonna
The
ask.
pigs have thick heads, and so do cows.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, can I ask you two, the co-hosts, why hot dogs over brats?
for the taste, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was gonna be
Yeah.
my point though.
Mhm.
I feel like brats have so much more flavor.
Ooh.
Sometimes it's too much flavor.
They got kind of a snap to them.
Yes, Dawson complaining about too much flavor. He doesn't eat. This guy doesn't eat anything. Okay, I get why you don't like brats.
I don't. It's not that I don't like brats.
Yeah.
I just would like a good hot dog.
There's one other one that I wanted to follow up on. You Found Glory is your favorite
Yeah.
band
Yeah.
right now,
I think since basic training,
dude.
like in 2005. So
Wow.
yeah, I don't know, but it's kind of back to me right now. Like I used to be big into Flyleaf and stuff.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't know. I'm going to tell you something and go, I don't have context for what I just told you. It's just a thing that's true.
Yeah, that's interesting because Flyleaf and You Found Glory are both rock, but when you just isolate the rock community, that's not the same thing either.
No,
So,
you're not going to catch 93X. They don't exist.
what other bands did you listen to?
I don't know. Taking Back Sunday was big for me for a while.
Dude.
Panic at the Disco was better then, is okay now.
Wow, I'm the opposite.
Fall Out Boy is sort of in and out with me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you get heavier?
I started out heavy. Like
Tool?
Tool.
You're a Tool guy?
Loved,
Yeah.
I loved Lateralius.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had a changeable relationship. I listen to a lot of classical too.
Yes.
Like if I could meet Yo-Yo Ma,
Yep.
famous cellist, awesome guy, I would be like, I liked how you did Prelude No. 2.
You don't know if he's awesome or not, though.
Well, I don't know. He hung out with Neil deGrasse Tyson, so
Yeah.
it was probably fine.
Ooh.
Did you guys? Is that real? DeGrasse Tyson?
What?
Don't know yet.
He got me too'd.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like-
not seen that.
Like on
3
Friday?
separate accusations or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that real?
I don't know.
Oh,
Was
it's on
it
their
in his-
website.
What is
On
it?
their
His
website.
college days? When he was a college wrestler, because dude was swole.
Dude, if women
Have you
can
ever
resist
seen him? Have you ever seen him in?
No, I haven't actually seen him.
God, look at.
I think there's a thing with him in like a blue unitard.
He used to be like
Yeah,
a wrestler.
I knew he was a wrestler,
Yeah.
but I have never seen a picture of him when he like wrestled. He was fit. He was,
He was good shape.
He was just talking about the cosmos and just fit, hanging out with Carl Sagan.
The only person that's above reproach, and I'll never believe you if you say they did a bad thing, is the late Mr. Rogers.
Dude, yeah.
I'll never believe you. First of all, because I don't think it's would have been physically possible for him.
Yeah. Did you watch the Fred Rogers documentary?
I did.
So
it
good.
was really good, and I didn't realize that would hit you so hard because that was part of my childhood too.
Yeah, dude. That guy was something else, man.
He's weird. I mean, he's passed away, and he was a good person, but
he's
that's why
weird in
he's
the
so
best way.
weird.
Yeah.
He's so weird because he's like, I don't know, if you're a Christian, you'd be like, that was probably your next coming, right? He was the most moral person ever.
Isn't there a story out there that some thieves stole his car and then they returned it immediately because they didn't realize it was his car?
Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you were
Yeah,
Fred
I would
Rogers.
believe I think they like left a note or something saying, had we known it was your car, we wouldn't have taken it in the first place.
Well,
Yeah.
that's kind of clout. That System of a Down wishes they could buy.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds ridiculous if that happened to anybody else, but like Fred Rogers, like, I don't know why I make exceptions for that dude, but I learned that he died. I used to, my morning alarm, now you can like set it to music or whatever, or like different noises, but I had this old like digital clock and my morning alarm was the radio. And so it would go off. And the day that they announced that he died, my alarm went off and it was like the beginning of them saying that he died. It was the beginning of that sentence.
Oh.
It was crazy, like how perfectly it was timed. It was just like, Fred Rogers is dead today at the age of whatever. And that's how I woke up that day. And I was like,
The rest of us
turn
too.
on PBS.
What time? Do you remember what time your alarm was set for?
No, I don't. I wish I did.
Don't you mean Fox News?
Yeah. Because I wonder if they like time these like news announcements around common times people wake up at.
They absolutely do that.
Yeah.
There's
Just curious.
There's a morning prime time. That does exist.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
It must have been like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the second that it went off, they're
Yeah.
like, we're gonna tell this fucker that Mr. Rogers is dead.
Check it. Is Min awake? He's awake. Hey, go with the terrible news and start your day.
It's the Truman Show, and it is you.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little scared.
The walls aren't real.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There are no mistakes, just happy little accidents.
Yeah.
God doesn't make mistakes.
Ooh.
That's what Ray Lewis said.
Ray
That
Lewis
pissed
made
me
a
off so
mistake.
bad because then like he came on ESPN and he like started talking about like other people's like wrongdoing.
Yeah, it's just coming from the wrong guy.
Yeah, and he's like on ESPN saying, God don't make mistakes.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
don't. So like God wanted you to be an accomplice to murder.
Yeah.
Like, shut up, dude.
Kareem Hunt.
I don't want
Yeah.
to follow this because we'll go that way, and that'll be bad.
Yeah. Should we start with topic of the day right now then?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Topic of the day. What did you want to talk about today?
It's been about 9 months since we had that. Remember when Hawaii was going to explode? There was that false alarm that there was going to be missiles striking Hawaii, and a lot of Hawaiians freaked out. Now, there's one guy who's like succeeding in a lawsuit against the state of Hawaii for his heart attack, but that's not the part I want to talk about.
Nice.
It was the end of the world. People were sure. It's been about 9 months. How many end of the world babies are being born this month?
Oh, crazy.
Because be like, you and this other human being are like, oh, it's going to be, we got about maybe a minute. Come over here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think there are end of the world babies that are being born in Hawaii.
Oh, absolutely.
This month.
Oh, man.
I mean, if you're ever in that situation again and you can't get it going, and you can thank our sponsor, Blue Chew Chewables. No. That's a big thing on the radio now, Blue Chew. So I wanted to get.
What is that?
It's like Viagra, but it's a chewable.
Oh.
So it gives you a boner for 4
So
hours.
like you're so old and you've had a stroke and your swallow mechanism's garbage, but you should still be able to have an erection.
Well, they make you take an online questionnaire to make sure you're
that's
okay.
good. Yep.
They give you all the symptoms.
You know,
all
Just a
30
questionnaire.
When I
You don't have to call a doctor.
when I was 14, 15, when we still had dial-up, I answered that questionnaire on the porn site. Asked me
Are
what
you
year I
18?
was born.
Oh.
I did the math. So I think
You answered a questionnaire on a porn website?
why Pornhub didn't exist then.
Well, they have to ask you like 18 plus, and then you got to enter your date.
They said, "What's your date of birth?" And it would say month, year. Like I can subtract 18 from the current year.
You should upload this podcast to Pornhub. Or
Yeah,
something.
like this.
And this
Comedian-
podcast brought to you by.
Just have a thumbnail?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, like so this comedian / country music star, I guess now.
Yeah.
Wheeler Walker Jr.
Yeah.
He is so filthy. Like they can't play his stuff on the radio.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So he's just filthy. Look up his album, and you can see any of his title tracks.
Yeah.
But he couldn't go on the radio, so he did like this. He did a podcast here with K-Fan,
Yeah.
and on his album came out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of him like going normal marketing routes, he ended up making a quote unquote sex tape.
Yeah.
With like a total an actor and stuff like that, and like promoting his album the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like the number one watched video on Pornhub, and now it's like the number one album in the country.
That's crazy.
That can't
That's
be
hilarious.
true. That can't be true. I pay attention to trends on some particular sites, and
Okay.
I haven't come across it yet.
What? That's a
It might be
particular
true.
site.
If it says country, I'm probably just glazed over it because I'm a jaded, not good human. Have you watched Black Mirror yet?
I've seen a few episodes, like 3. I saw the one where they have the mechanical dog that kills people.
Okay, watch Shut Up and Dance.
Shut Up and Dance? Isn't that a
Yeah, it is.
song?
It is a.
Yeah, I'm
a
singing
song.
it in my head right now. But
I
who
am
sings
too.
it?
Walk the Moon?
Yeah,
Thank you. Perfect.
That's so good.
Perfect.
That's the one where like the same thing turns on the webcam. They see the guy, and he has to go do a ton of different things.
It turns out I'm not going to spoil this. I just realized I was about to, and that's the end of my sentence.
I'll check it out.
Period.
I saw that one. I saw the contact lens that like records your life.
Ooh,
That was a good one.
I've seen that one.
I saw the one with Jessica Chastain.
I wanted
Oh,
to get,
she's in one?
I wanted to get my in-laws into, like, you should watch Black Mirror. It's super great. And then the first episode, you may remember, State of the Union. I don't know why I remember the titles of these things.
Yeah, that's good.
It culminates with a guy having intercourse with a pig.
Yeah.
So that's a really lousy way to start my in-laws into something that I think is intriguing.
Yeah, that's the very first episode of the series. Yeah.
Like,
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1?
Yeah.
And you're like, I want you to get into this. Oh, that guy's just banging a pig. Never mind.
Welcome to the family.
You see the one with Bryce Dallas Howard where you're like rating people
Oh, that's
with
the
your
one
phone?
I saw. But I
Yes.
called it Jessica
Oh,
Chastain.
okay. Like China has something similar to that right now where it's like a social credit rating or something. It's kind of crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I read about if you like jaywalk, like they'll mark you down. And then I also heard that if you like jaywalk, you know, like bus hubs where they have the advertisements.
Yeah.
They have digital ones, and if you get really bad, they'll put your picture on one of them.
I want
Dude,
this.
That'll literally be everyone in China. They do not follow traffic rules.
It's just tiny
for
tiles.
pedestrians.
So, like,
Yeah.
if we all do it,
Yeah.
we'll become so small, no one will even know it's us.
It's like one pixel. That's me. You ever been in line at like a big like theme park and like, this isn't racist. However,
There's also 2 Asians in the room. Watch your mouth.
right. But so like this occurred that a bus load of people who like were obviously touring from China. It was written in English, Chinese American tours, or something to that effect.
Yep.
Well, these folk cut in line.
Yes.
All the whole time, like you see some of their group and they're all wearing the same T-shirt so they can see each other. Like if you're getting cut in line, you look at that's the guy in the orange shirt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you guys, and I think it's just culturally different. Like we leave space, and
It
they're
is.
like that's
It
space.
is. Yeah.
But like you dicks.
It really is cultural. Like when I spent a year in Korea, the personal space and like lines and like public like sharing of space, it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
I was losing my mind just because of that.
Yeah, it really desensitizes you to all of that. Like now the Minnesota State Fair, that's not shit to me.
Really?
I just
Really?
stand there. I don't care. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good for you.
Somebody did one of the local media centers around here. Centers? I don't know. I can't remember if it was a website or whatever. They did a study at the State Fair where somebody would just cut in line
Mhm.
and just Minnesota nice. No one said anything to them
Yeah.
until they put on a Packers jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're like, get
Incredible.
the fuck out of here.
Dude.
Yeah. Did you guys see that video of that old man choking off the Packers guy?
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
saw
Sunning it.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, seriously.
You're
Choked
lucky
his
I'm not
ass out.
standing my ground.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Jesus,
space is so weird in Asian countries. I remember I went to a department store in Korea. My friends and I were shopping, and we had like a cart full of stuff, and just like we know to wait in line, and if we're the next ones, and we were everything's built vertically in Korea, and so we were waiting for the elevator. We were on the 5th floor or whatever. We were waiting for the elevator to come to our floor. We're inches away from the elevator door because we had missed the last cabin, and so we're waiting for the next one, and we're inches away. The door opens, people from the sides flood in. We missed that one too.
Oh my God.
And we're like, dude, like, don't you see us like in front of the door?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, too slow.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Righteously
That's the attitude
pissed.
there. Yeah, yeah. If you don't go in, like other people are gonna go in there. If you're not gonna occupy this space, other people are gonna occupy that space. It's like bacteria, dude.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Did you eventually just kind of learn that you just can't give a fuck?
The next
and-
one,
yeah,
we were
yeah.
just pissed.
Mhm, yeah.
Because like we saw one and we're like, oh, we might make this one, and we didn't. And then like the second one happened,
Yeah.
and we're like we're not gonna put a cart in the elevator
Yeah.
when it's like almost full. And so we're like, okay, well, obviously we're going in the next one,
Yeah.
and then nothing. It was just like a cartoon where like
Yeah.
the sides flood in. This one too.
Yeah.
It's like we're not gonna miss the next
The most
one.
frustrating thing to me was like taking the subway.
Yeah.
And when you're getting off at a stop, people won't wait for you to get out. They'll just swarm in, and you're like, I can't get out. I'm trying to get out.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the worst.
so
Wow.
stupid.
Yeah,
That's
please wait
horrifying.
for me. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like you just know people are, like when the subway stops, people are gonna get off.
Yeah.
Make a pathway.
Yeah.
No.
I get that at work with elevators. It's just like, give me a second to get off the elevator. You're not in that big of a hurry to go upstairs. Trust me.
I feel like it's like an unstated rule. You let those
Yeah.
on board off and then you get on.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't know.
If you're gonna stand in front of the elevator door, stand 5 feet away. If you're gonna stand 1 foot away from the elevator door, stand on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. I make it a rule. Like, if you do that, I make it awkward for you busting in my elevator when I'm
Yeah.
not out of it yet. It's like, oh, welcome to the elevator. Let me push the button for you.
There
You're
are
in
a
a
lot
hurry.
of-
Trust me.
Yeah.
I have two things on elevators, but maybe I won't get to both. There's two things you can do to punish people on elevators. One is hit the wrong button on purpose, obviously, but stand and face away from the door. You don't have to look at anybody. You'll freak them out.
Yeah.
You're facing the back wall. Don't even make eye contact. It's worse if you do, because it's like, 'cause then you're a serial killer. Or you're just a weirdo if you're just staring at the back wall. I love that. And my second thing on elevators is you should be able to press the lit button again to unlight it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You should be able to cancel a floor.
Like,
This isn't even hard tech. We have it with like light switches.
Dude, you are so right. You are so right.
yeah. It could be like a triple click or something like that. Like, nit, nit, nit.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah.
and like my father-in-law's a cop, infinitely frustrated that like only like a certain percentage of elevators have emergency operation. So like, and so he just stuck with like, well, I don't want to go to the 5th floor. I want to go to the freaking 10th.
Yeah.
Just
We,
take the stairs.
We make one of my coworkers and I, we picked up a prank, I guess, if
Yeah.
you will, from a stand-up comedy bit where elevator's crowded. You face your friend or subway whatever. You face your friend and you just inch in and inch in and inch in and inch in until your noses touch.
Yeah.
But you don't laugh. You don't change faces. You just kind of let it happen. So we did that once at work when it was packed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Nobody cared. We did it again with one guy, and he just we could see out of the corner of our eye like he's watching like, the fuck is happening right now?
Like, is my brain melting?
Yeah,
What's
right.
going on?
So then we touch noses and we just look at him, and he's like, "What the fuck's wrong with y'all?" It's like, yeah, I knew that was happening. That's what happened.
That's amazing.
That's so good.
He quit like 3 days later.
Because of that.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is an unsafe work environment.
People here.
But Japan is like the only Asian country, it seems like, that actually follows these cues and will queue up in line and not cut. And
that's why when like when my parents or like other like Asian people like make fun of Japan, yeah, they have their quirks.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, dude, they're online a little bit more than the rest of us are. Like, yeah, they're weird. Like, they have sex pillows and things like that. But also, I think that's like more open almost.
Well, I feel like they embrace it more.
Yeah.
So they're not afraid to talk about it.
The schoolgirl thing's weird for me. That every adult male has like an almost obligatory schoolgirl thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what sex looks like. That's weird to me. But you know what? If you examine a culture too much, you always come up with something weird.
For sure.
Try to explain America to anyone.
Right.
Can't.
Like, are you guys all racist?
Yes.
Yes,
basically, pretty much when it boils down to it.
Can we ask you about your military background too?
Yes.
Did you ever go anywhere? Did you deploy?
I was in Iraq.
Okay.
Did you bring them freedom?
What the fuck were we doing there?
Do you see any cows out there?
No cows.
Freedom in a box?
Well, our job was to ship boxes.
See?
So we, yeah. No,
a subscription
we
service.
we ran convoy security.
Freedom
so
Box
like,
brought to you by America.
50 trucks that were piloted by civilians, mostly European guys who were getting like crazy hazard pay and making a shitload of money and laughing at us. I could tell you my scatological story now.
Yeah, do it.
So this one time I shit my pants in Kuwait.
Nice.
So,
end the story.
I was going to be like, man, scatological.
Poop.
For all you dumb people like me, that means poop.
Yeah, it took me like 5 seconds to figure out what that means.
So, could you imagine that song?
Yeah, I thought you were going to jazz or something.
Yeah, we were out there.
And I think I'll have
I'm a scat man. I'm a scatological man.
So, got to the point where like, I need to use the restroom. No, I'll have more microwave ramen. That's fine. And sooner or later, you're like, well, it's now or never, literally. And then you realize, well, I'm in the bunkhouse, and I'm a good 700 yards from the nearest sanitary flush toilet that the girls also use.
Nice.
But
there
they're
was
on
an actual flush toilet. Porcelain.
Yes.
700 yards?
Yeah, like 7 football fields that the Vikings will never cross.
Yeah, 7 football fields.
Should you sprint when you have to poop?
When it's already started,
Yeah.
the game's over. I just like in a flat sprint, I probably never ran faster.
Dawson, do you want to tell us about Book of Mormon quick?
Oh, yeah. So I saw that before our last recording.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it was tell us about the actual document written by Joseph Smith.
No.
Yeah, Prophet Joseph Smith.
Are you a musical guy, Andy?
If it's Trey Parker and Matt Stone, I am.
Have you seen the Book of Mormon?
Not yet.
You need to-
I'm actually saving it for when me and my wife can see it together. It's just harder than it sounds.
Which is, okay, well then he's going to give you a preview of it right here.
I saw it. I kind of knew what to expect, but not really. I didn't have a full grasp of what I was going into.
Yeah.
But I knew it was going to be inappropriate and it was going to be right up my alley.
Yep.
I had a smile on my face the entire time.
Was it South Park-esque, would you say?
Very, yeah. So, like, you've got the South Park language, right? So, just the idea of how everything goes. But then they have the guy who wrote music for Disney movies like Frozen and Coco and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, you take those two and you combine it, and you have just 2 hours of nonstop jokes. And, I mean, the idea really is like they have these Mormons and they get assigned their missionary locations for the next 2 years. And you have the guy who's the star of the class. Everybody loves him. He's the best of the best.
Yeah.
And then you have the kind of the reject who nobody wants to be his partner. So they get paired together, right? Classical, like, good guy, bad guy, whatever. Excels, bad, nerd. Anyways, they get picked to go to Uganda. Okay. So, yeah, these other guys are like, we're going to Norway. We're going to California. We're going. And then he's like, I can't wait to go to Orlando. I'm going to go to Orlando. It's magical. And then like, you're going to Uganda. So then you get tossed into a whole mix of, the culture over there and how that happens. But then it's South Park. So, I mean, it was great. I have the soundtrack on my phone now.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. I was dying.
What's that line that you sent me? The God line?
Hasa Diga Ibawai?
Yeah, Hasa Diga Ibawai.
Yeah, so they're like they break out this whole song and dance, and it's very like Under the Sea from
that's good.
Under the Sea from like Little Mermaid, but then it turns out like these guys are like dancing and singing, they don't know what it means because they don't know the language. It just turns into like what does that mean? And he goes, well, Hasa Diga means fuck you. And Ibawai means God, so it means fuck you, God.
Oh, perfect.
And they're just like, whoa, we can't say that. So it's just 2 hours of that. Yeah.
This is too perfect. So did you hear about the missionary who passed away this week?
Oh, yeah.
No. Okay, so this fella took it upon himself to go and try to evangelize this uncontacted tribe of native folk. I forget exactly where.
It's in India somewhere.
Yeah. Right, it was off of India, and and there was like laws made, and the whole area around the island's protected by like 5 kilometers. I don't know what that is in regular units, but
it's like
3.1
miles or something.
Okay, yeah.
So is that the truth?
Something like that. Yeah.
Nice, good,
good work. Anyway,
we use freedom units.
Yeah.
Freedom, yeah. Us and like one other country on the planet.
Yeah,
some other.
Afghanistan.
What would Donald Trump call it?
Tremendous.
The best.
No, but the other country that uses imperial, a shithole. As our president would say, the honorable. Oh Christ. Anyway, he died. He got off a fishing vessel with a canoe, and he visited them, a total of 3 times. The 3rd time they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel bad because they basically warned him, like, don't come back, and then he got murdered to death. But according to his journal, like he said, if I die, I'm doing God's work. I'll be accepted. I'm like, okay, I think we call it even.
They kind of touch on that because there's a Ugandan like war general who like runs the town, and it's like we need to mutilate all the women's clitorises.
Oh no!
And they're like, well, we could just believe in God. And like, it's great. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah,
there were people around us that left.
Because they looked offended?
Yeah.
I love that.
The guy next to me was probably in his late 50s, early 60s.
What did he expect?
I don't know. He didn't smile the entire time. I would laugh.
Did he go there, you think, just because he wanted to be pissed?
I don't know.
Because you kind of know what you're walking into a little.
Free. Like, they're not, our tickets were like $150 a piece.
Yeah.
So it's not just a cheap night out. And I know people behind us, they were dying. They were loving it. Then there was people around us that actually got up and left at intermission and didn't come back.
Oh, so, I love that.
Wow.
So, I mean, like, I guess if you think it's like, oh, maybe we're just going to be this funny little piece on Mormonism, but then, like, you're attacking God and they're not really attacking him, but you have a whole, like, 5-minute song on, fuck you, God. Like, that's a 5-minute song. Like, that could push, and I don't know that they attack, but I think they just are so aware. And, like, they have a documentary on South Park.
Yeah.
Like, 6 days to air or 7 days to air. It's phenomenal what they do in 7 days.
That's crazy. I did see that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I respect those guys.
That's what I mean. That's just like, I think we talked about this in the episode with Allie and Jen, but like comedy, I feel like our view on comedy, I was going to say different. I was also going to say maybe a little more intelligent, but that sounds
it sounds
weird.
Conceited, but it's not. It's just, I get where you're going.
Like we give it this respect. I think also because we like satire, and satire always is good at exposing things, and so it deserves a level of respect. And so I don't think they're ever attacking anything. There's things that they talk about where I'm like, I don't agree with that, but it's funny.
I'll go on the edge with you because if we all recall the human dolphin thing, that was punching down at trans people. It really was. It was calling what they're doing ridiculous. And you shouldn't punch down if you're trying to make a moral point. But most of the time they're punching up at authority figures, but occasionally they'll delve into punching down.
That was an episode of South Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where Kyle's dad wanted to be a dolphin.
Okay.
And yeah, I know the premise is ridiculous, and what they're trying to draw is a parallel with transgender people, which is not that ridiculous, really, for folks that feel that way.
But I saw a video essay too of South Park's changed opinion on climate change.
Yes. Have you been watching the recent episodes?
No.
Watch those. The video essay that I saw was saying like back in the day they would take shits on Al Gore and like climate change, and because they always use analogy, it would be sort of climate change
is Man Bear Pig.
That guy. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and they even included him in the Imagination Land episodes because Man Bear Pig is imaginary.
Yes.
Vis-a-vis climate change.
Yes.
And recently, we're very much kissing Al Gore's ass, who then went on, I forget which program, who was, I think Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah's The Late Show or whatever.
Daily Show.
Daily Show.
Yep.
Trevor Noah. I forget, man. And someone in the audience asked him, what do you think about the 180 they did with you and Man Bear Pig? He's like, well, they approached me with it, and I just laughed, and I told them it's fine. And but yeah, they're like, we're sorry, Al Gore. And I'm like, I will not accept your apology. You have to come and kiss my ass a little or something.
And they're doing that this season.
Yep.
Yeah.
They brought Man Bear Pig back this season, and now Al Gore's like, I told you, but you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
I told you,
You
don't
didn't
listen
take
to me.
me cereal.
Yeah, you didn't take me super cereal.
Super cereal.
So yeah, it's kind of funny how they turn around and like, well, I guess.
Well, we were getting a lot of conflicting information at the time, explained Kyle. I mean, no, we weren't, but that's fine.
Right. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't necessarily agree with everything that they do.
You heard
but-
Trump's administration came out with climate change is real and shit's getting crazy, and Trump said, I read part of it. I didn't agree.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, yeah. That's the thing. You're.
He's the source.
I sort of read some of it.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, it was great. I would go see it again.
Yeah.
When it comes back to town, I would go see it.
I do kind of want to see it.
It's great. We should go see it together.
I would, yeah. I went the last. I'm not a big musical guy.
Neither, at all.
So when you said like they should make it into a movie, I kind of hate it when people sing in movies.
Oh, okay. Nightmare Before Christmas.
I don't know. I mean,
you can only have two. You can only have yes or no on Nightmare Before. You can't have a middling opinion.
I don't even remember it. I saw that such a long time ago.
You're about my age. How's that not part of your childhood?
Because my parents are Korean.
Okay, it's on the table.
I mean, I saw it. I didn't. That's like one of my least favorite Disney movies.
Interesting.
Oh, I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's like I love music, I love movies, but when they both come together, like why?
Yeah.
Like, did you care for Rent?
I've never seen Rent.
Oh well, worthwhile.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's like a cultural touchstone, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I think I went the last musical that I saw on a stage
Was The Lion King? No,
I wish.
Yeah, I would see that.
Yeah, was Phantom of the Opera.
I never.
Did you like that?
Oh, I've never seen it.
It was interesting because like the last time I saw like a stage like musical, I was like a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like for like a field trip or whatever. So it was sort of like I appreciated that I was like in this new space and like the venue and like the intermission and all of this. So I appreciated the experience. But like I would have much rather like seen a movie like in the theater or like watch like a basketball game with like pizza in someone's basement. And so it was fine.
Yeah.
I was on a date too, so it was
Okay,
like, that was added.
Then you have to act like you're having a better time than you are.
Yeah, but like again, like I did have a good time. But it did remind me like, oh yeah, like now I remember why I don't go to music.
She's listening.
That's fine.
D.A.R.E was the biggest waste of like $1.4 billion we've ever
Drug
done.
abuse resistance education.
That's how much went into D.A.R.E.
And they had the report in like the 90s, and they didn't like they just continued to push it forward.
It also increased marijuana usage. They can like correlate it.
Really?
Because there were kids who were unaware that drugs were an option.
God.
Yeah. So it's a fascinating show. It's like 20 episodes, and there's different topics, and they roll from one to like they go from drugs to the prison system and how fucked up the prison system is.
Also,
Definitely.
on YouTube, you can catch some of the more current episodes too.
Nice.
Netflix will get you started.
Nice.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. I hate D.A.R.E. I'm not thinking back.
I have
think,
T-shirts still from like when I was in 4th grade that are just some mothballed up somewhere.
I think D.A.R.E. was 4th or 5th grade for me too. And like just looking back, like just the misinformation that they gave me.
It was a lot like abstinence education.
Yeah.
You ever go through any of those?
Yeah,
Liar.
just D.A.R.E. is just like it's just so much misinformation. It just if they gave you like a fair point, like okay, like marijuana, this is what you're gonna feel like. This is what the average person feels.
I have an old D.A.R.E. ad on my phone.
And then
Then you got the kid in the back who's at sex ed, like, man, we have one less rib because of women.
I know,
I mean, because of God.
that made me an idiot. People giving misinformation.
Callback.
Be an idiot.
Yeah, makes you an idiot. So stop lying to kids because you think they can't handle information. Just give them the full plate of information, and they'll work through it. Even if it means 3 years from whenever they get that information, they sort of like solidify and get it.
Don't you think they start way too young too?
Yeah.
Well, that's the point too. They're like, well, if you tell me don't do drugs, then I'm gonna rebel because I don't like authorities. I'm gonna go do
Anything you
drugs.
say not to do.
Man, yeah. Does D.A.R.E. still exist?
I think they shut it down
Good.
because it doesn't make sense. Like it just
Oh man,
I dare you.
I need to know who shut it down.
Because now you got to think like, okay, well, say I've got relatives in
It was
Colorado.
definitely Clinton era that it was going on. So let's say
W
Bush.
did it?
Yeah, W. Bush.
Oh, my man.
Yeah, like imagine.
Wow, the first time anyone's ever said that about him.
talking to like your family in Colorado, and it's like, oh, we all went to the local drugstore, the pot store. Like, oh wow, why is it legal there, but I can't do it here?
D.A.R.E.
Doesn't sound like a bad deal to me. So I can imagine like it's got to be completely shut down now.
Which is also slightly more impressive that our generation went through D.A.R.E, but we're still going to legalize marijuana once we're all fully in charge.
Yeah,
we're going to legalize marijuana
because we're not dumb.
Yeah.
It didn't have an effect on anyone.
It was definitely a racial thing. This is an old horse that's been beat a lot. It was definitely a racial thing that marijuana was ever banned in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
They're worried about the blacks.
Yeah.
They're going to get your white girlfriend.
Right.
Or something awful like that.
Yeah, it's.
You want to plug us out?
I will plug you all day.
Thank you.
That's what she said. So yeah, make sure you go ahead and follow us on all of our social media pages. You've got Quality Under Pressure at Instagram. You can do this on Facebook at Quality Under Pressure Podcast. Follow us on Twitter. We're getting better on that. I'm trying to do a better job.
I'm trying to help you on that.
QUP Podcast. And then I think we've got an email page too. Like if you want to send something in,
qualityunderpressure@gmail.com. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, I think so. Just send us whatever questions. I think we're going to get a section going here for questions.
That'd be awesome.
So feel free, if you're not here and you want to interact, hit us up.
That's right.